I always say, man, commitment comes with time and money. You know, I was committed to the outcome. I mean, the order. Everybody wants to get better and have confidence, but the first thing you got to do is you got to quit doing whatever's destroying your self-esteem. You know, I'd like to believe that I could look in the mirror and tell myself I'm great, and then I'd feel it. But if you're destroying yourself the other 23 hours and 56 minutes, the self-talk isn't going to matter. So I had to quit doing damage to myself. I hated myself. The worst part of my drug addiction was it wasn't just what the drugs were doing to me and the hangovers and the lost time, and it was the personal deprivation and degrade that I was doing to myself, and how many times I tried to quit. Lewis, every morning for 10 years, I said, today's the last day. I'm never going to use again. You know, I had to go someplace. I had to change my environment. So I went to a treatment center in Minneapolis during the wintertime, late February. I was 25 years old and spent 28 days there in an environment where nobody had drugs. I didn't have access to drugs. And people were starting to talk about, okay, how'd you get here? But the environment gave me I was able to look around and see the damage drugs were causing these other people, men and women of all ages. And then that really solidified, okay, I'm stopping. But I needed one day not to use drugs, because I had been using drugs every day for 9.5 years.
Wow.
And so I needed the first day. Once I got the first day, I'm like, shit, I can put together 2 days. Then my head started clearing up a little bit. 28 days later, I go home to Lake Charles, Louisiana, and that's when the rebuilding really took place. And I had to replace all that drug time, which was a bunch of hours every day. This is what made me the beast, like the savage that I am today.
You had to put that time to good use. You had to be productive
I had so
with
much free time. And so I had to crawl out. And then I replaced, literally, when I was 25 years old, I started every day with a meeting, and I ended every day with a meeting. I'd go to a Narcotics Anonymous meeting or some kind of 12-step program I'll bet you I did that for 15 or 16 years.
So you were all in committed. I'm going to a meeting in the morning and at night.
I'm going there to help myself, and I'm gonna help somebody else every day.
Wow, 15 years.
Yeah, and then that was my form of helping people. I'm like, I'm gonna help other people that have this problem. That really kept me from going back. And then when I wasn't at a meeting, I was studying sales for the first 5. When I got out of the treatment center between 25 and 30 years old, all I did every day was study sales, do sales, or I was in a meeting.
That's impressive.
I would drive 25 minutes to work, and I would listen to sales tapes. I'd listen to this one set of sales tapes I had, and I would learn how I would learn the game. Like, I would learn how to talk to people, communicate. And it was really communication skills. It wasn't so much sales. It was more logic, how to make sense of a purchase or an investment. And then sometimes at lunch, I'd go to a meeting. What happened when I really started learning from in the beginning, what you learn is you're learning from the master, you know, and so I'm duplicating and emulating. Then at some point you cross over and you become the master. And if you're a guy like me, I'm always looking to improve everything. I'm looking for another little tweak, another little twist. You and I did that with the podcast. I'm looking for that next thing all the time, how to make something just a little better, a little faster. And so at some point, I kept studying this guy until I was able. In the beginning, I didn't challenge anything. I duplicated. Whatever I heard, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna make that work. That's going to be my stable datum. And once I could trust that, then I could build on top of it. I never butted anything.